Farm News Media presents Farm News 5.
The Michigan Wheat Program Summer Field Day is next week. Thin soybean stands can produce surprisingly high yields. And Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz has your market update. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
Last month, the Trump administration notified Congress of its intent to renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA.
Anytime you open up an agreement to renegotiate, everything is on the table. Specifically from an agricultural standpoint, sanitary and phytosanitary issues will certainly be talked about. GMO issues, food safety issues, they will all get further discussion in the event that the North American Free Trade Agreement is opened up and renegotiated. Everything's on the table.
A renegotiated agreement could open up new opportunities for a number of Michigan commodities.
Mexico is our #1 export market for dairy. We want to continue to maintain that opportunity and that advantage. At the same time, we're hoping to change some things from a dairy standpoint with Canada. Mexico buys a lot of pork products from the United States, as does Canada. At the same time, we import a lot of livestock from those countries that are ultimately fed and processed in the United States. Sugar is certainly a very important issue that needs to be talked about as we discuss sugar production, in Mexico versus the United States. The dried bean industry, the opportunity to trade and export that product is critically important. A lot of agricultural products are traded between these three countries. We need to be able to maintain that opportunity to move product.
The Trump administration says negotiations with Mexico and China could begin as early as August 16th. The Michigan Wheat Program Summer Field Day is Wednesday, June 14th at the MSU Plant Pathology Research Center in East Lansing. Plot presentations on wheat disease, breeding, and weed control will be featured. A market outlook will follow, along with an update on national wheat activities by the National Association of Wheat Growers. Registration is now open for the free conference. Visit miwheat.org to register. Thin soybean stands can produce surprisingly high yields, according to the Soybean Management and Research Technology Project's 2016 planting rate trials. Soybean agronomists have identified 100,000 plants per acre in narrow rows and 80,000 plants per acre in 28 and 30-inch rows as the minimum plant stands required to produce optimum yields. However, research also indicates fields having plant stands of less than 80,000 plants per acre have the potential to produce high yields. Researchers are recommending growers consider these research results when making their replant decisions. The case for keeping reduced stands becomes even stronger for fields having a history of white mold. The lower plant stands may actually produce higher yields than higher plant stands when conditions favoring the development of white mold occur. For more details, refer to the SMART Project's 2016 On-Farm Research Report.
Yep, we cover Michigan, from sandbars to sand dunes, cider mills to skiing hills, and farm towns to downtowns. We cover up north, and yep, we know exactly where that is. Yep, we cover Michigan because we're Michigan's insurance company.
The U.S. House of Representatives recently approved a Farm Bureau-backed bill that would clarify congressional intent on the regulation of pesticide use near or in navigable waters. The legislation, known as the Reducing Regulatory Burdens Act, passed with strong bipartisan support on May 25th. The act clears up an issue that was muddied by a 2009 court ruling that resulted in needless red tape on pesticide applicators, according to American Farm Bureau Federation President Zippy Duvall. He says the act will reduce legal liabilities associated with the lawful use of pesticides in protecting public health and food security. Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz joins me now with a market update.
Thanks, Janelle. Weather forecasts for the Midwest have turned a little warmer and drier, which has pressured trade. Late Tuesday afternoon, the USDA pegged the national crop condition at 65% good to excellent, which was less than expected. Corn traded to the top of sideways ranges Wednesday in response, but trade has consolidated since. Soybeans extended fresh lows Tuesday, but have been quiet the rest of the week. Rain-delayed corn planting may have inspired even more corn acres to be switched to soybeans from last year. This, along with a lack of U.S. export business, has pressured soy. Winter wheat will benefit from warmer, drier weather, but sideways trade has managed to hold contract lows. Regionally, wheat basis values are showing some improvement as we head towards harvest. Look for that trend to continue. For more information, go to michag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betz.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Gross. Have a great week of farming.